All right, we're coming to the end of this section. That's a lot we covered. There's a lot of things. But remember what I said. Most of what we learned in this section should be done within a week. Maybe other than the blogs and the portfolio projects. But the surface level things like your resume, your LinkedIn, your actual portfolio website, cleaning up your socials, that should be done within a week. But let's talk about this last thing, cover letters. Remember that the goal of this whole section is to get that interview. That's the entire goal. And the problem with people trying to get interviews is that they have goals like apply to 10 jobs a day or send out 100 applications. But you need to start thinking differently. An application, and at the forefront of this application is usually a cover letter, an email or a piece of text, mostly email. Sometimes it could be in person, but essentially it's a sales pitch to the hiring manager or whoever is going to be reading your application. And the sales pitch is you. You're selling yourself. If a company needs to fill a talent gap and I say I have the skills, well, I need to find a way to convince them that I do have those skills because they're getting thousands, hundreds of applications, right? You need to convince them that you have the skills and you have the best skills. So how do you effectively pitch these unique skills and experiences and personality in a way that convinces these hiring managers that you're the best fit? And one of the best ways to do that, to even have them open up your resume, to have them look at your portfolio, your socials, your blog, is to have the best cover letter possible. Now, in the next lesson, I'll share a very good cover letter that gets a lot of responses, so you can use that. But I want to have one main takeaway from this lesson. You need to be intentional about the application you put forward. And the key here is quality over quantity. If you're just using a copy-paste cover letter and sending it to hundreds of companies, that's not a good cover letter. You need to know your unique competencies and experiences and present them in a way that matches the company's needs on the job description. You need to understand the specifics of the company and where you're applying and their specific needs. And depending on the company size, a startup or a smaller sized company have different needs than big enterprise companies. They require different skills, even though on the job description, they might list the exact same skills. You need to do your homework. Really look at the company and what they're looking for, the job description, as well as what the company sells, their product, their history. And sell yourself in a way that is custom to each application. And the way to have a custom cover letter is to focus on this quality over quantity. You're not sending out 100 applications. You're sending out just a few, just a handful. To start off, you're going to pick 5 companies, maybe max 10 companies. Do your research and really fine-tune your cover letters to them, as well as the resume, like we've talked about. All right, let's see an example of this cover letter that will work really well for you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.